Hello and welcome back to The Broken Doll. Alright, I'm going to show you something that I am doing today. You saw me paint the doll's face, and because I want to sand, I'm trying to give out tips that I'm learning along the way, at the same time handing them off to you. So this is my little chamber to put my little doll in, her little face in. She's sitting down in here and she's going to dry while I sand. So as I'm sanding a doll, she dries, the sanding won't get on top of her and infiltrate her paint. Word for today, infiltrate. We probably won't be using that one again for a long time, but anyways, there we go. So she's going to sit in. I got a little cake that was in this. That's all it is a little plastic container that I got a cake in. So we're going to take her over here where Mabel likes to eat and sit. I'm going to put a cloth over it as well. That way we know, because it's not an airtight container, so just to make sure. And we're going to start sanding my doll here. So I use a 180 grit to 240 grit. Right now this is a 180. It usually works pretty good for me. So you've got your doll with its spackling on top, and now you're ready to sand. And this is all you're going to do is sand your doll. Now, I like to have my glove on. Where is my glove? Those gloves float around more than what I do. Oh, there it is on the floor. There we go. Okay. There we are. The reason why I wear a glove is because over time your hands start to, they start to hurt because you're scratching your skin at the same time sometimes, and it's rubbing up against the composition and it's rubbing up against the spackling. So it protects your hand from all that. Things that you learn along the way. Now these are oven gloves that you can buy at Walmart. Now why I spackle is, for those that are new on my channel, the reason why I spackle is because I put little nicks into the doll, and the spackling will go into those little nicks where I'm trying to get the paint out of, and to remove the paint, and what happens is they fill up that area, like you'll see right here. You can see it already, where areas where there were little nicks, and I'm sanding over it. And that way, when I paint, the paint won't go in and keep trying to fill that gully up, which it won't. Those little nicks, it won't fill those up. You can paint till the cows come home. The cows are probably home and going out the next morning, and you're still sitting there trying to fill those little gullies up. Unless you want to dip it in thick paint, then it will fill it up. But we're using thin paint, so it's going to take a lot of painting on your behalf, you know, to do. So you can see here, there's my brush. You can see where some of this stuff is sitting on top of here. And it is... and it's just sitting on top, and that's what you want. You want it to sit on top of those areas, fill them in, and just sit on top. And you don't go crazy at trying to dig it out either, because you're defeating the purpose. Okay, so we're going to get in here. Now this is a fold in the ear, so I'm going to try to get that out of the fold of the ear so my paint can go into that. There's places where you want the paint to go into and places where you don't. That's a curve in the ear, so I want that paint to go into that curve of the ear to accent that ear. So you don't want everything filled. That looks better. Now it's going to fill up some of your hair area. I just go over it a bit. You'll see what I do here. You can sand some of the hair off if you're not careful, because it's not deeply imprinted into the doll. It's kind of almost like a raised area. That's the best way I can describe it. So you want to make sure you're not rubbing too hard on there. You're going to lose some of your hair due to the sealing up of the doll again. So, but anyways, that's why probably they wig these dolls. Now some of them weren't wigged either. You'll find out they'll look nice when they're done, though. They will look cute. One thing about it, they're easy to hold on to because they fit right in the palm of your hand. You can see where the spackling is filling in. All those little white places you see left over, that's it filling in. I don't know about where everybody else is. Some lady told me on here that she's got the rain too. But it turned into an ice field in our backyard, so it froze. All that water we got yesterday, the rain, got really warm out, rained, and I said to my daughter, it's going to be an ice rink, and exactly what it turned into. It's terrible. Now, the roads are okay here. They got on top of the roads right away, and just traffic wears it down too. But I don't know about highways and things like that, but I know just in my own vicinity where I'm at here. But my backyard is a nice, if I got skates here, I should get on my skates and just skate. Oh my goodness. There we go. I just want to show how I get this all off now that I put it all on. Now, this could have sat for another day or so, but it's looking good. It's coming off nice. If not, if I noticed that it was coming off like, looking like cream, you know, kind of creamy, I would have said, okay, it needs to sit longer, but it's looking good. Like I say, right now, this time of the year, it's very dry in here. So things are curing a little bit quicker and a little bit better. Even the painting of my doll is drying so fast, I can do 2 paintings in one day. And that's unusual for any other time of the year because usually the humidity is just too high. Even though I do have a dehumidifier on my machine back here that puts the heat and the cooling in this shop, it does have a dehumidifier, and it still, that little bit of humidity can affect the paint, how it's going to dry, how long it's going to take to dry. So you can only do so much. I do have a dehumidifier, which I might just bring out next year, out here, and just run it while only when I'm painting and like letting the paint dry. So that might be a handy thing just for me to do. So I remember when I was painting in here, I had it running, and it helped with the drying of the paint on the walls and everything. So even though it wasn't oil paint, it did dry pretty good, but it just really helped out nicer. A little bit better. Okay. Look how nice that's turning out. Very, very nice. You can see on the milliput here, I still need to do a lot of sanding, but that's not what I'm showing today. On this video here, I want to show the spackling, how I take it back off again. It's not going to sit there with all that white spackle on it. Now there's a little chin mark underneath the chin, so you want to get in there, get that little fold. That's a baby fold. So you want to get in there. There we go. That looks really good. Now you can see, we'll get this doll, let me get a rag here and we'll wipe down this doll. And I'll just show you really quickly how nice this doll looks now. Now will it need another thing of, ooh, my thing is coming out of the eyes. But anyways, there it is. And you can see where the problem areas are on this doll and where the little niches were. It's all covered in white. Those white little areas are very important little areas. Yeah. And you can see they're not coming off because why? They're in there. I'm sliding right over it. Whatever was laying on top of here, okay, whatever was laying on top of the doll came off with no problem. It's down here. But what was in those little scoops, little niches that I put into the doll are sitting, are sitting inside of there. And that's very important that they stay there, because now when I paint, my paint won't fill up in those areas. Now I'll go around and get some little areas that are still kind of raised. If I feel that they're raised a bit, because I don't want the paint, I want the paint to go over this nice and smoothly. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, so now my next job is to flush this here. I didn't flush this, so now you just sit here and I'll be sanding my milliput. I need a better piece of sandpaper too. This is wearing out. When it gets like that, you're just struggling along the way, and you're not really, you're wasting a lot of time sanding. So I got to get some more sandpaper here. I don't know what I did with my sandpaper. I grabbed one right now. Boy, I've moved things around. That's what I'm always doing that to myself. I'm moving things around in such a way that I forget where I put stuff, and I got sandpaper all over the place. I got to be the most disorganized woman there is. But I love it. I love my disorganization because to me, I will find it eventually. But anyways, you understand what's going on here. So, yeah, basically that's all you're doing. You're just, oh, that goes in there really nice. Just want to make sure that's not coming out too much. Here we go. Gee, here. Okay, there we go. There. Okay. They come out a little bit from time to time. You just want to make sure that everything's staying in until you're ready to pull those out. Okay, so my next job is just to sand in here. I'll come back when that's done, and I'll let you see the whole doll and how we're getting ready to paint this doll. Oh, here's a problem right back here. So I'm not done yet. I'm going to have to, I should have turned the doll around and done the back of the head. See what I mean? Like my steps. But it doesn't matter. I got so many of these dolls to work on. It's you know, not a big deal. I'm not ready to paint yet, because when I paint, I think I'm going to paint about 2 or 3 of them all in a row. We're just going to go crazy on painting, you know, just get them done. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, the steps that you got to take. You know, I think I was more showing about the face. That's why I make my videos. When I make them, I'm trying to drive a point home what this does. And I have a lot of new people that are coming on here that are wondering what I do and why I do, why you're putting all that white stuff on your doll for. And that's the reasoning. It's because when I'm picking off the paint, I put a little nick into the wood, and that little nick will show up, and you're going to have little nicks all over. You look at all the white little nicks on this doll. Those little nicks are not to be seen when you paint the doll, and very important to get them out. And you can't help what over years of things that happened, sometimes you just can't cover them all. Some of this is not my fault. Some of this is from the little girl playing with the doll, and just the material of itself. It deteriorates, so you have to fix those deteriorated areas. So yeah, always, you know, little things you got to do. But you know, I love doing this, and I hope you're enjoying the videos. I'm taking it slow as I can, so that you see all my steps as I'm going through this, where I blunder, where I do great, you know. Like I said, I should have turned it around and done here. I could have got it all done in one, but there's probably going to be another doll with a problem just as well. I'm not done spackling by no means. I'm going to put a coat of paint on this doll, and I want to see, because I have these little lines that are running across like this that are in the composition itself. I want to know if my paint's going to pick up those little lines, or do I have to spackle again and fill those up? Because they are filled, but are they filled enough? That's my question, and I need to know. And the only way you're going to find out, paint. You know, but I want to get this all sanded here first before I even start that. Little things that are running in my head that I'm jumping up ahead, I know. But they are important little additives to when you're doing fixing your doll up. And you can do this. This is stuff that anybody can do. I do not have any art background. I am just a plain old Jane girl here from Canada that is just trying to fix up some old dolls. And that's who I am and what I am. And you're going to get the raw Tammy here, and that's what you're getting. And I was never great in art. I did what I could. I remember drawing this old man in school. It was supposed to be an old man sitting looking out the window. And the teacher saw something I just didn't see all the time. She goes, shadow it here. I said, there's a shadow there? I was like, really? How come I didn't see it? But I didn't see those things. I would rather write about what the old man was doing as he was looking out the window, what he was thinking, what he was seeing, how he was feeling, you know. Was he thinking about the years that passed by? You know, that's me. That's how I would want to go after that, by writing about it, you know. But that's not what he wanted. He wanted me to paint it, and I was like, okay, there you go. But anyhow, this is why I do what I do. So thank you for joining me, and for all those that have been voting for Polar, thank you. He was up, he fell to 6th place. He's back down to 5, because the next part of this is the top 5, and he's at the 5. He's in 5th place right now. So thank you, everybody. Keep voting if you can. Go back and vote again tonight. I got to go and vote tonight too. Sometimes they have nights where it's worth double the vote. So for your 1 vote, you get 2, and they're free. You just have to have a Facebook account. So if you have one, great. go ahead and you can vote for Polar. And yeah, I'll put the link, maybe I'll add the link again down below here so it makes it easy. You just have to click on the link and you can just vote, you know. But if you don't have a Facebook, that's okay. We're all right with it, you know. I understand. Not everybody likes Facebook, you know, and I understand that. But if you do, I do appreciate it very much. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sitting and listening to Tammy and how she restores her dolls. Maybe not always the right way, but it's the way that works for Tammy. All right. Thanks again. Tammy's checking out. We'll be back probably again very soon. Bye-bye.